Luka Doncic has been giving NBA players buckets ever since he first became part of the big league. Chances are, if your favorite NBA player has played against the Mavs from 2018 to now, he's a part of the list as well. Some players take this to heart and start talking trash about Luka, while others give credit where credit's due. How is your favorite player matched up against Doncic? What does he have to say about the boy wonder? Let's see what some of these NBA players think about Luka Doncic. After he hit a game-winning three against the Grizzlies in April 2021, one of the league's brightest stars and leader of the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant, gave us credit to Luka. "It was a great game for us. We were in a position to win, but Luka made a difficult shot. We were trying to force him into the toughest shot possible, and he made it, won his team the game. That's what great players do." Luka also hit another really tough shot over Ja in the fourth quarter, to which Ja immediately gave props during the game. "I told him, good shot, man, tough shot. And that was probably the best defense I've played all year." As all greats do, Ja sees Luka as motivation for him to keep pushing and get better each day. We can definitely say that the league's in good hands. One of the league's most likable players is definitely the gentle giant Boban Marjanovic. Him and Luka have played together for the Mavs for 3 seasons, and he's one of Luka's favorite teammates ever. After a clash between the Mavs and the Rockets in November of 2022, a reporter asked Boban if he thought Luka had gotten even better than in the 2021-22 season. "Luka's always great, always the best. He's doing things that nobody else can do. What he's doing, I don't know another person that can do that. I don't say this because he's my friend. He's a really good friend to me. But it's true. I support him with all my heart. That's my guy right there. Bobby's truly a special guy." The Joker is one of the most exciting players to watch right now, and just like Luka, you'd think that the game moves slower for him than it does for us. Jokic is known for his amazing court vision and scoring abilities, but also his lack of athleticism. Skills that he and Luka both have, or lack thereof. Off the court, we're doing a pretty good job, but we're going to see on the court. I don't know how we're going to do it, because he's not athletic, I'm not athletic, so I don't know how we're going to match. Jokic jokingly said about teaming up with Luka for the 2022 All-Star Game. Luka hasn't kept much of a secret about wanting to team up with Jokic, and says that he knows he does as well. One of the league's best talents coming from the Balkan Peninsula. One of the biggest NBA memes is definitely Luka Doncic laughing in Devin Booker's face while humiliating him in Game 7 of the 2022 Western Conference Semifinals. In Game 5 of that series, Booker talked some massive trash to Luka. When asked about Luka and how the Suns plan on guarding him, Booker and CP3 laughed it off as if they were asked about a role player. It was clear that Booker lacked respect for Luka and his game. Luka wasn't really touched by this, as he said that it's easier to act tough when you're up. In the last 2 games of the series, Luka did some of the biggest damage in recent playoff history, beating the 64-win Suns team in humiliating fashion, knocking them out of the playoffs. After Game 7, Booker apologized to Luka for the trash-talking he did, and wished him good luck for the remainder of the playoffs. One thing's for sure, it's better to give props to Luka than to trash-talk him. Miami Heat's Nikola Jovic is one of the rising talents in the league right now. Being from Serbia, his game is based around the same ex-Yugoslavia style of play as Luka Doncic's game. In his draft day interview, Jovic gave credit to Luka as one of the players he modeled his game after. I watch a little bit of everyone, whether it's Luka Doncic in the pick and roll, Nikola Jokic in the low post, or Jimmy Butler's defense. Something from everyone. We'll be watching how this young big man's game develops in the future, but he sure is on a good path so far. Chicago Bulls point guard and a teammate of Luka in the Slovenian basketball team, NBA veteran Goran Dragic, has had high praise of Luka Doncic. They won the Eurobasket in 2017, and Slovenia was put on the map in the basketball world. Goran Dragic knows that their team was weaker under the basket for the 2022 Eurobasket, but one of the key differences was that Luka Doncic was no longer an 18-year-old. I think he's the best player in the world. He's 23 years old and he's playing like a veteran. He could score even 40 points every game. He puts the game at his rhythm, he's very big, he can shoot, he can pass, he can rebound. I don't know what else we can say about Luka. He's like an astronaut. I think he could be the best player in history. He's still very young, but if he stays healthy and plays a long time, I think that by the end of his career he could be the best ever. Dragic's only wish is that he could be younger, so he could enjoy more playing time with Luka. I wish I was younger so I could play more time with him. We've only played 1 Eurobasket together, this is the 2nd time. I'm 36. Luka's in his prime, but I'm enjoying every moment. Luka and Dragic were the 2 best scorers for Slovenia in the Euros, leading then to the quarterfinals where they were disappointingly knocked out by Poland. Bogdan Bogdanovic, another basketball star from the ex-Yugoslavian area, had a similar path to the NBA to Luka's. He dominated the EuroLeague for 7 seasons, and in the meantime, he was drafted 27th overall by the Sacramento Kings in the 2014 NBA Draft, joining them in 2017. Luka and Bogdan have had a rivalry of their own in the FIBA world, as both of them are leaders of their national teams. When asked about Luka, Bogdanovic shared a few quick thoughts with the reporters. "I like the way he played. As you can see, European basketball's on a way different level right now. I think the European players are adjusting quickly and faster than players before. Now you're able to see those things, see the rules, and see everything. If you're smart, you can just catch up quickly, and he's definitely smart." Somebody that's always going to have Luka in his head is definitely DeAndre Ayton. The big man was taken with the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, and although the conversation is always going to be about Trae Young and Luka Doncic, Ayton is often underestimated and somewhat underrated due to being taken first instead of Luka. Nevertheless, DeAndre has steadily grown into one of the league's best centers, and is not one to be jealous or mad at Luka Doncic, unlike some of his teammates. Devin Booker. In his rookie season, while Luka was leading the race for the Rookie of the Year award, DeAndre gave his props to Luka. "I watch his games all the time, he's a beast. When I first saw him, I was like, oh, what the heck, there's no way that he's a rookie. This is what I say sometimes when I watch him play. He's been there before, he's been in situations like these." Off the court, the two youngsters share the same agency, Bill Duffy's BDA Sport, and it's through that agency that the two developed a friendship between each other. A great thing to see in today's day and age. After facing Luka and the Mavs in January 2020, then Chicago Bulls big man Lauri Markkanen didn't hold back his appreciation of Luka Doncic in his post-game interview. "He's unbelievable. Obviously, he's having a great year, playing at a very high level, having a lot of confidence. He seems to be enjoying the game so much. He's doing a really great job." Another European big man who was also a teammate of Luka is Kristaps Porzingis. Their time together wasn't as successful as we hoped it would be, as there were rumors about the two young stars having a difficult relationship between each other. Luka and Kristaps have both denied these claims, and say that it's nothing but respect between them. Kristaps shared a couple of praising words for Luka. "He's just a natural-born talent. He was born for this. To see the things he's capable of doing on a basketball court is just insane. And it's not something he thinks about. He just plays instinctively and it comes natural to him. So it's really cool to play with a high-level basketball player like him. If both players stay healthy, they should be playing in the league for a long time. And as fans, let's just hope they give us more memories as rivals than they did as teammates." Damian Lillard is one of the realest players there is. He can both talk highly or talk trash about you depending on what you ask for. He's one of Luka's fans, and has given him credit for his greatness and capability on a couple of occasions. In a loss against the Mavs in November 2022, Dame said, "He's a tough cover. He's crafty, getting a lot of foul calls, he's going to the post, and you've got a lot of action to keep him moving, and the guys around him spreading out. He's always playing for matchups, and he's definitely a tough cover. Game recognizes game." Given how Doncic has been cooking NBA players left and right, we'll be talking about him for a long time. One lesson every player should take note of: don't ever trash talk Luka, because you can't back it up. No doubt you'll get schooled and humiliated in front of thousands of watchers next time you meet him, so you're probably better off just giving him his props and appreciating his greatness.